Hey everybody, Bob Dusselier, Purchasing Manager at GoMotorBids.com. Back with Mr. Fred Ertl Jr. We're sitting upstairs in the National Farm Toy Museum. Just had a nice little tour here through the museum, and now we're talking to Mr. Ertl about the items that not only you have seen up for bid on the website, but the items that we have actually started, which were the farm and toy items that were not previously on the website. Right now we have a lot of Fred's personal collection. From the first batch, so to speak, that we brought back, but we're really excited to actually roll out the remainder of his farm toy collection, which we recently picked up and have rolled out here on GoMotorBids.com. And we'll kind of let Fred explain the significance of the farm toy collection since we are here at the 32nd Annual National Farm Toy Show. So.
Well, the real significance is that when it's gone, it's gone. There aren't going to be any more auctions. There are any more products that I have that are going to suddenly show up. These are here because I had two previous auctions, and they were very well populated with lots of toys and lots of replicas. And what's remaining are the items that were sent directly to the museum from the factory and stored here because I didn't have space, and they were able to utilize them whenever they wanted to or needed to in various displays throughout the museum. And some of the items you'll find in the auction are positively identified as items that were on display. So these were separated from the first two auctions because of their location and the intent. And this is it, but I need to make a final ending to my collection because I don't want to leave it for the family to have a problem with, because they would have difficulties that I can overcome if they couldn't. So it's it's a significant step to the end of the collecting for me.
Right, and it's an opportunity to you're offering the items through us to the people that appreciate them the most, the collectors. And as you spoke, there's several items in the farm toy stuff that you might see when you get on the website that have the wire seals. Now, the wire seals identify the items that were either on display here at one point throughout their life in the museum or stored here. So really, like you're saying, that the important part of the farm toy collectibles that they're going to see on the website are the fact that they were either stored here or put on a rotation and displayed here over, the past 20 years.
Well, yes, that's it in a nutshell. And I chose to do an internet auction versus another auction locally in order to give all the collectors an opportunity to take a shot at buying some of the product. If it was a local show, local auction, then they have to come from all over. That's just not what I think is the right way to do it. I think this is a chance to spread it out so that everybody has a chance with it. And the seals, the wire lead seals that are on there with museum numbers are very important because they were here, and secondly, because it's their assurance when they buy this piece that they have something concrete to show that they bought it, plus the certificate of authenticity.
Which I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, so that if they want to resell this someday, they can do it, and nobody can go out and say this piece was from Fred's collection unless they got the evidence to prove that they did it. And the holograph that you guys use in that certificate of authenticity certainly seals it. And it separates the ones with the tags on them from the museum with the National Farm Toy Museum number. Identify that from the other items in the first two auctions I had. So this is sort of exclusivizing the tail end of the process. And yeah, it's something that I didn't want to have to do, but it gets to the point where you know that the next step for you isn't on top of the ground.
Right. You can't take it to the grave, right?
So you gotta set it up so that it's properly handled and properly done for family and for the collectors themselves. So it's the right. I think it's the right thing to do.
Well, and just like the other auctions that we've been having on Fred's auction page on GoMotorBids.com, we basically took a hybrid of his original COA, as many of you that have bought items from his collection might have seen. We kind of modernized it, put the holograph on there, holograph, is that right? Holograph, the seal there. Our CEO signs it. We have a nice stamp signature from Mr. Ertl, and what we're going to do to expand on that with the farm toy stuff, the stuff that was displayed in the museum, is if there's a number on the wire seal, we're going to have that auction number and everything correspond on the certificate of authenticity. So like Fred brought up, you know that you're not just buying a Ertl piece that somebody put a tag on or whatnot. I mean, we're going to have the Fred Ertl Jr. Collection COA backed by GoMotorBids.com with each item. And I mean, I think that we've really enjoyed having your presence and your name on the website and all the really cool collectibles. And as you said, you want to have everybody be able to buy something from your collection, and there is something for everybody. I mean, yeah, you're going to see your tractors that'll go for $1,000, $1,500, but there's also some small 1/64 scale tractors that you could probably pick up for 15 or 30 on some
Anybody
days.
can get in, yes.
Right. So there's going to be a little something for everybody.
Well, I think ethics have something to do with it too, because I had the first two auctions. The first one was just mine with Alman Auction, and he's certainly an ethical, established and well-known name in the collecting business. Then he had the second auction, which includes stuff from my brother Bob and my Aunt Teresa Salzer, and you respect people like Alman. And then I started with Go Motors with non-farm items, which really weren't what Alman was really interested in having. And I've been satisfied and happy with what you folks have been doing. And therefore I made the decision to let you do the farm items also, because that way you can combine the two. It works better for me and for you and for the consumer.
Right, and we're very excited. We believe that there's a lot of crossover. I mean, just from kind of walking through the show here, you see booths set up. They're selling die-cast cars, trains, farm equipment. So we're happy that you selected GoMotorBids.com to allow us to auction your items off. And people need to pay attention in the coming months. We're going to have anywhere from 20 to 50 items per week, depending on what we can get out there and do the research and get on the website. But we want to thank you for having us up here. We appreciate you being here and signing autographs at the show and taking us through the museum. And I don't know, is there one last thing you'd like to say to the people out there that are bidding on your items?
No, the only thing I'd like to say is that, I'm here, and this museum is here, and I've had a interesting and full life because of the business that I've been in, and that only works and only happens because there are collectors, and the collectors are make this thing go. And some of the glue that holds it together are the Scheibes, the Kathy Scheibe, and I talked about that this morning. She and her husband organized this in the 70s into a show and then into their magazine, and they're really what got everybody interested and excited and got people to come here, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And so it's a wonderful hobby from childhood to grandparenting, and you've seen what goes through here, signing and buying. People are buying for their grandkids and for their own kids, and bringing their kids and grandkids along with them. And to me, what more can you do in life to make a life worthwhile than to see all of this happening to so many people? It's just a real moving, emotional kind of feeling to be here at a show.
Well, I agree. We thank you, and keep checking out the Fred Ertl Jr. collection here on GoMotorBids.com. And don't forget, this is the last of his personal collection. Once it's gone, it's gone. Thank you. We'll see you here on GoMotorBids.com with many more videos to come. Bob Dusselier here with Fred Ertl. I appreciate it.
Take care, sir.
Have a good one. Thank you.